Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here. Today I want to address the topic further of why I do not believe in the hypertrophy rep range theory. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. Alright, this is a topic that is heavily understood in exercise science, professional sports, and by strength and conditioning coaches around the world, and it's universally accepted. But the fitness and bodybuilding world, other than a few guys like Lane Norton and people like that, seem to be completely unaware of this fact, including even some of the other science mofos I see online. They're just completely oblivious to this basic fact of exercise science. And that fact is that we know that despite specificity of training and the fact that training at something generally makes you better at it and makes you worse at other things, that rule does not hold true for maximum strength. That when you train for maximum strength and maximum power, it carries over into all other performance endeavors. And that includes cycling, running, sprinting, even guys who do 400-meter runs, that if they increase their max squat, it improves their ability to run 400 meters. It even improves the ability of marathon runners. Now, the reason that we realize this works, even though it's been shown over and over and over, and all pro athletes are required by their coaches to implement this to some extent, the reason that it seems to work, it has to do with work capacity. Quite frankly, a person who can squat 500 pounds for a 1-rep max has a higher work capacity than someone who can do 200 or 300 pounds on their 1-rep max. That sub-maximum loads are simply easier for them. That it requires less strain on their body to sprint the same body weight 40 yards or 100 yards, because it is sub-maximum work. And it's the same when you're doing just basic work, or if you've ever done manual labor or a job, that a person who has a lot more strength picking up the same bucket or moving the same shovel or swinging the same sledgehammer over and over is simply less work, because it is a smaller percentage of their work capacity. And this seems to hold true in sports. And this point has come up in debates I've had with people online, and I will even step back, and even though I believe low reps are tremendously useful and have just as much, if not more, hypertrophy potential than the hypertrophy rep range, even if I accept the premise that the 8 to 12 rep range will always build more muscle than 3 to 5 rep range, that it can produce 5% more muscle gains, you will still grow faster as an intermediate or advanced lifter by incorporating power work and maximum strength work. And this is why you see programs like Lane Norton doing this. This is why you see so many guys who are drug-free who gain muscle quickly doing power building instead of straight bodybuilding. And it's because when you're training a single energy system or a single method of training, you tend to stall out relatively quickly. If you're only doing a single rep range, you reach a point to where you struggle to adapt any further with that and you plateau easier. Whereas when you're mixing rep ranges on different days, you're adapting to each one separately, and there's performance carryover. And what we find is that more endurance-based work carries over less to strength work than strength carries over the other way. So you can make quicker adaptations by training two different systems, but the strength work carries over 100% to your high rep work. And I'll give you a perfect example. What you will find is that if you have a 10 rep max of 205 on your bench press, and you absolutely fail on the 10th rep, and you were to go and spend several months doing exclusively heavy power work and increase your bench press by 50 or 60 pounds, when you go back to doing 10 rep sets, you're going to find that not only is 205 too light for 10 reps, you'll find that very quickly that you'll be able to crank out 10, 11, 12 reps or even more sometimes with 225, even though you haven't necessarily been training for high reps, because that maximum strength carries over. And since you've gained so much strength on that movement, the 205 is no longer heavy enough for 10 reps. And so you will find that you are able to move more weight for your hypertrophy rep range stuff and therefore grow more quickly off of it. Alright guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you next time.